Hello, boys and girls. Happy Monday. So, we are going on to a new genre, a new week, new vocab questions, and an essential question. So, our essential question, as you can see, is why do people immigrate to new places? So, that is going to be your essential question for this week. This is what we are going to be asking ourselves every single time we read one of these stories is why do people immigrate? Well, first, what does immigrate mean? So, immigrate is when people move from one place to another. So, back in the day, there were other countries that were not doing as well as the United States. So, people would come to the United States, they would move to find a better place to live. So we had more opportunities here. We had more job opportunities to make money. Our living was a little bit better than other places were. So people would come to the United States to find a new home.
Why do people immigrate to new places? From 1892 to 1954, more than 12 million people, or immigrants, left their homes to come to America, often for religious freedom and more opportunities. The first stop for many when they got here was Ellis Island in New York Harbor. Seeing the Statue of Liberty gave them hope. Today, immigrants continue to move to America. They come from different countries around the world. These immigrants make new homes for themselves and their families. The Statue of Liberty is still a symbol of freedom and hope for all. Immigrants have helped grow America into a better and stronger country.
Okay. So I have a story for you, which brings me to our new genre. Our new genre this week is historical fiction. So, historical means that it happened in history, and fiction means fake. So, what it's doing, it's taking real life information, real life things that happened, and they're putting it into a fake story. So, the characters, the events, they're all realistic that happened in the past, but it happens to be a story that is not necessarily exactly what happened. So, we are going to listen to the story, our story cloth, and then we will discuss what we just read.
Our story cloth. Today is a special day. My family is moving to a new place far away. We are leaving our small farm that is perched on the side of a rugged mountain in Laos. I wonder if the United States will have mountains such as ours. We travel many days by cart, then bus, then boat, then airplane. At last we arrive in the United States in a place called California. There are mountains in the distance, but they are far away. Our family has a Hmong friend here who has found a place for us to live. It is an apartment, and we must climb many steps to get to our door. It is a little like climbing a mountain that is indoors. I share a room with my two sisters. At night, we talk about the village that we left behind. We each tell one thing that we miss, but we also talk about all the exciting things we are learning here. Today, I learned to say, the year is 1977, and the president is Mr. Jimmy Carter. We practice speaking English to each other. Sometimes we laugh when we say the wrong word. Our mother has been working on a secret project. It covers an entire wall in our apartment. Every day when we are at school, she works to complete it. She says that tonight it will be ready to show us. I wonder what it could be. It has been hidden behind a dark cloth for many weeks. After we have a special meal, our mother tells us it is time for the surprise. She takes away the dark fabric. On the wall, we see our family's story cloth. With many colors of thread, our mother has made pictures of our mountain farm, our village, and even many of our friends we left behind. Now, whenever we feel homesick, we can look at our story cloth. We can pretend that we are there. The story cloth will always help us remember where we came from.
All right. So here we listen to a story about a family who moved to the United States, and it took them many days. It took them by cart, by bus, then by boat, then airplane. So they had to go through a lot in order to get to the United States. And for that reason, it's probably because they wanted to find a better place to live. They wanted more opportunities. And so they learned different things here. They learned that the year was 1977 and the president was Mr. Jimmy Carter. They practiced speaking English, so maybe in their home country, there wasn't a lot of English. So when people immigrate to here, to the United States, they have to learn different ways of living. We have different cultures, we have different languages, different way of doing things. All right, so the reason why this is historical fiction is because this situation could have happened in the older days. People from different countries did come. Some of them could come to California. A lot of them did go to New York City. So this situation is realistic to what could have happened in the past. But this specific story is not necessarily real. Now we have some vocab words. Okay, the first one is arrived. Aunt Sophie was so happy when we arrived at her house. So arrived means to get where you are going. So if you arrive to your home, that means you got to your house. You're going there and then you got there. Immigrated. Immigrated, we already talked about. Many people immigrated to the United States from other countries. So immigrated means to come to a new country to live, or they came, because the ed stands for the past tense. So immigrated means that they have moved from another country. Inspected. Stacy inspected the pine cone carefully. So if you look at the picture here, you can see inspected. She's kind of looking through a magnifying glass at a pine cone. So to inspect means you're looking at it very carefully. Moment. The match stayed lit for a moment and then it went out. So it only lights for a moment. It's a short period of time. Like if I said I'm going to go outside for a moment, I'm not going to be there for an hour. I'm not going to be there for the whole entire day. I might only be out there for 10 minutes. It's a short amount of time. Opportunity. Our class had an opportunity or chance to visit the museum. So here we can use our context clues to figure out what opportunity means. Our class had an opportunity or chance to visit the museum. So an opportunity is a chance to do something. So if you have the opportunity to go to a museum, you have a chance to do it. Photograph. I like to look at an old family photograph. So photographs are pictures taken with a camera. Valuable. This one's my favorite. The card I made is very valuable to my grandmother. So when something's valuable, it means it's special to them. Not only can it mean special, but it could mean it's worth a lot of money. So say if you have a blanket that your mom, dad, grandma, grandfather made you or gave you, it's very valuable to you. It's very special. Or if you have a piece of jewelry that was passed down to you, that could be very valuable. It could be special, and it could cost a lot of money. It just depends on what you are talking about. So valuable means special, or it can cost a lot of money, or worth a lot of money. Whispered. Trudy whispered the plan to Josh so that no one could hear her. So whispered means you're talking in a quiet voice where nobody else but the person you're talking to can hear you. Okay? So we all should know what whispered means because we say it a lot in the classroom. Make sure you whisper to your partner. So what is the opposite of whispered? Right, the opposite of whispered probably means yell. Quiet, loud. Okay, so that's all that we're going to do today. Tomorrow we will start our vocab words, so make sure you have index cards ready. We will start with the words arrived and immigrated.